Welcome back to the third episode of Bloodlines 2, Vain Pursuit. When we left our group of vampires, they had left the small community of Dust Wells, also reducing its population by around 5%. Well, not violently, of course, but bringing them with them. They are now traveling in a minivan with an attached camper, belonging to self-proclaimed author Taylor Conway, who is also at the wheel. With them is also a man, a resident of Dust Wells, Kevin Smith, who promised to help Dell get to the next town in order for her to report her car stolen. They are now back on track on pursuing the courier that they were set out to relieve. A courier who is expected to be betrayed, ambushed, robbed, or all of the above as they approach Seattle with a mysterious cargo, the so-called package. With us in the car are...
Hi, I'm Outstar, and I am playing Veronica, who is right now very much hurt. She is in the car, and she is figuring out how to introduce herself to two mortals in the car that have no idea she's there, and yeah, when they will see her, that will be a little bit problematic with her wound.
I'm Rachel. I'm playing Della, who is now gaining knowledge about the life stories of her two new companions.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I'm playing Margaret. She is listening in on these lovely life stories and not being hurt.
Hey, I'm Florian. I play Naya, who is currently, just like Veronica, in the back of the car, unnoticed so far, and slowly getting a bit scared of Dell, honestly.
And I'm Malin. I'm playing Camellia, who is strongly compartmentalizing and taking furious notes, trying to find new ways to cope in this chaotic environment.
So, before we begin on this next leg of your journey, let's do a bit of upkeep. A couple of you exhibited, shall we say, questionable behavior last time.
What?
There were
Never.
feedings of people who didn't really deserve to be hurt, according to your philosophies. There was also a kind of callous use of the powers of persuasion, resulting in a couple of innocents basically just uprooting and coming with you on your, let's say, frankly, volatile errand. This has resulted in the gain of a stain for Veronica. We noted that already, but I would also like for you to take a stain, as one of the chronicle tenets that we have is do not enslave. And we agree that you kind of crossed the line there. I want to comment that this is not bad. This is not a punishment or anything, but it simply means that Dell has done something that is sort of dramatically significant and could be considered a violation of some of the core tenets and core principles and philosophies of what it means to be human, what it means to be decent in this story, which is good. But of course, now you have to pay the price. So we want to see whether these two good vampires summon up enough remorse to regret what they have done, or if they come to terms with it, thereby slipping down the slope towards the bestial side of their nature.
So I'm rolling 2, and that is 1 success.
You kind of feel, some part of you still feels like kind of bad. You should have probably dealt with this better. You kind of lost it there with Taylor, using your kiss on her and making her into another one of your devoted fans completely against her will is, might have been going a bit too far, but, you'll make the best of it. Veronica, that hard-working veterinarian, he was well off, he was healthy, but still, he had earned it.
2 successes.
Oh, still, you regret this. You don't feel good about this. Promise yourself you will do better next time. You also realize that the circumstances weren't the best and that you did what you could under these. And, you know...
More people could have been hurt if I actually didn't do that.
So, that was that. So at the moment, just to set the scene here, all of you, and, you know, there's 7 of you now, are riding in the white minivan belonging to Taylor Conway. She's at the wheel. She barely had time to put on some, you know, decent clothes. You almost woke her up when you knocked on her trailer. She is now taking you to the nearest city, the city of Ridgecrest. It's not far, it's probably less than an hour's drive. She's sitting at the driver's seat. You are next to her. On the other side of you is Kevin Smith, one of the 3 Smith brothers, whom you persuaded to help you get to the next town, Ridgecrest in this case. Now, he's feeling a little left out. You can see that he looks a bit sullen. You know, he steals glances your way. You know, has this kind of fifth wheel look. Whereas Taylor is trying to keep her eyes on the road, but she's constantly straying towards you. She's unconsciously touching the place where you fed on her, stroking it as if cherishing a fond memory. In the back, the rest of you are, let's say, lurking, for lack of a better word.
I mean, I'm very clearly there.
Yeah, you're very clearly, yeah. And I think the person who is most surprised, I think Taylor is still sort of under your spell for this leg of the journey. But Kevin is constantly looking back, and it's like, he has this incredulous look in his eyes. He doesn't, you know, you can see that it dawns on him what he has gotten himself into. So he's clears his throat and like, so, who are you people? Are you like in a band? Is this a shoot? Are you doing a movie shoot? Is this documentary?
Oh, yes. I'm a model, and she's my assistant, and we just kind of travel around looking for exotic locations for interesting fashion shoots.
Oh, okay. For a moment, when you start talking to him, like he sort of he lights up in his face, like, oh, attention, and I see. So he's a bit relieved. Okay, so you're like Dell's roadies then. She's the big star, right?
I light up my cigarette. Yeah, I'm stunts.
Veronica would stand up from the back of a van, thinking it's a perfect moment to try to pretend that everything is going according to the plan. She would actually hide the side of her face, just like casually trying to hide her wounds, and just approach from the side so Kevin doesn't see that side of her face, and just look at the road. And yes, hi. We didn't have a chance to introduce yourself because you guys were so busy with our greatest star in here. Yeah, I'm an agent, Veronica. Nice to meet you. I am here on the road to make sure that they are just getting to the sets, prepared, and they're
She's
Mm-hmm.
doing the job.
new, so that's why the car was stolen, and that's why we're here right now.
He, he reaches out his hand, then glances at you as if, asking for your permission. Like, then shakes your hand and looks at you. It squints a bit. It's dark in the car. There's no light on in the car, and you're like, driving across a road that's slightly bumpy. So he doesn't get a good look at you.
Karim, I'm hovering over Taylor, basically expecting her to, at some point, stare at Dell in the wrong moment, and I'm just itching to grab it.
Yeah. Obviously, this is just the fact that there's somebody else at the wheel, let alone a mortal who is obviously more interested in getting into, well, let's face it, the pants of Dell here, than driving. Yeah. So you need to. What's the plan then? You need to. We're stopping at Ridgecrest.
Is this Taylor?
This is
talking?
Taylor. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Yeah, I think we'll stop at Ridgecrest if you don't mind.
Okay. Do you have?
Are you good? Do you
Are you
need
staying there?
anything?
Do you have a hotel? Should we?
We don't. We're actually on our way up north.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, you keep driving. I mean, it's an uneventful drive. You somewhere around, I don't know what's the time, 2:00. You approach the city of Ridgecrest. It's a larger city. Not the largest city, but I mean, for these areas, it has a sign that says population 27,616. So it's decently sized. It's not, there are no suburbs or anything. It's, but it's a city. Of course, in the middle of the night. So you enter the streets there. So where to? Taylor asks.
Is there like a gas station off the side of the road or something?
Yeah.
Like a rest stop or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just anywhere we could just pull over for a minute would be cool.
Well, you pull over. You find a gas station. It's at the edge of the city. You stop there. It's a self-service gas station. There's nobody there at the moment, but there are rows of and the lights, the lights on the signs and everything. It's not dilapidated or anything. So we stop there. There's nobody else there.
Taylor, darling, do you need a break?
Yeah, I thought that maybe we were going somewhere.
Right, we are. I was just wondering, since it's so late and you were on your way to bed, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind if my friend here took over driving for a little while you get some rest in the back?
Oh yeah. But I thought we were. Weren't we going to do something here? You were going. Are we going further?
I think so. I don't know that I can actually report my car missing from here, so we might need to continue on.
But this is Ridgecrest. They have a police station, right? They have a sheriff's office.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. What's the problem?
There's no problem. No problem at all.
I would interject and just say, listen, this may take a long time, and you're obviously very tired, so why won't you just rest a little bit and we'll just handle it, and once you wake up, we may as well be on the way back.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Where are you going to sleep?
If I may, Miss Dell, don't forget that you have that call with Paris.
Right.
And it is now daytime there, and we should do that call before it is too late for them.
You are correct. You are absolutely correct.
And we need to do that away from the car due to the secrecy of the photo shoot.
Yes, we should.
I don't know. I'd feel much more comfortable if we could take into a motel or something. Or you're going to do that call here now?
We really need to. We are already 15 minutes late for the call with Paris.
Right.
Yes.
I step out.
Then we should, at the meantime, perhaps look for a convenient place to stay or plan of action how to get Miss Dell to the shoot in Nevada.
Yeah.
And report the car stolen.
Yes,
and
that too.
the motorcycle.
Yeah, I know. I really need to get back to, get back home, Kevin says. Do you mind, once you've done what you're supposed to do here, you mind taking me back?
We will find a solution for you, Kevin, and I admire your initiative.
Thank you, I guess. But,
Don't worry, Kevin. You will be taken care of. We'll get you back home.
Okay. All right. I guess. Okay. I guess we could, take a nap in the back this once. He's looking more and more incredulous, but okay. So he and Taylor, they make themselves as comfortable as they. We can use we can use the camper, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So Taylor and you mind? You have a spare blanket or something? Yeah, sure. She says. He gets him a blanket and he makes himself as comfortable as possible in the back of the van. And Taylor, goes into her camper and leaves the 5 of you alone for the moment.
Time for that call to Paris.
Veronica goes out of the van.
Yeah, I'm standing.
Checks the surroundings.
Yeah,
I'm
we're all
standing
advantage.
right outside the van, looking at our new Born Star. So, waiting for the door on the camper to close.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna lose them.
We need someone to watch us.
They
Don't we?
don't seem very competent, though.
I have taken several
loyal.
notes about Kevin during our drive, and he seems to be competent in certain areas, but also easily missed by his already suspicious brothers. Taylor, however, have no one and has not spoken to anyone at the resort? Camping place.
Man, they're gonna tie us down. It's gonna be more difficult to move. They're gonna be slow. I'd say we take the risk.
Well, I got us this far, so you all need to pick up some slack here.
All right.
mean, I could try talking to them.
Yeah, we've
could
seen
convince
what
them.
happens when you talk to people, so maybe don't. So if you all have another plan for
I walk
finding
over
a
to the camper
vehicle
and
and
I'm
people
left.
to
You-
watch
you
over
are.
us,
I mean,
then
you
that's
should be
totally cool by
aware
me.
that risking it without any kind of mortal.
Florian is
Nice.
aware.
Yeah. All right. Florian is aware. Good.
Perhaps. No, he's gone.
I'm trying to be quiet whilst I decouple the camper so that they don't, the inhabitants don't notice.
Oh, right. Well, you could do a technology plus
Don't we want that with
dexterity
us?
check.
Can I use mechanic? Because I think this is pretty.
All right,
Thank you very much.
do it.
To echo
can I
Margaret's
please get-
concern, do we not wish to have this with us as a place to stay? No? Oh my.
Apparently not.
I'm
Depends on if he
doing.
succeeds or not, I guess.
Depending on how old the camper, if it's like a little wee thing, or if it's one of the ones we actually have to lift.
And that would be 2 successes. 3 successes. I'm
successes.
sorry.
3 successes. Yeah. You lift that baby off smoothly. She won't notice a thing.
Actually, these are years. Right. I come back in, sit down behind the wheel.
What are we planning on doing with the morning thing when that happens?
How
Thoughts?
long is it before dawn right now?
You'd say it's at the moment maybe 3 hours to dawn.
Did the camper, did it stay where it was, or did it start like comically rolling down the hill?
I mean, I assumed, which might have been a mistake, that we are in a gas station. They tend to do
You
that.
are in a gas station.
They also have brakes, just
yeah.
FYI, so...
Yeah, but you just stopped here, so I mean, technically the brakes might not be on. But anyway, no. The ground here is, well, for lack of a better word, flat.
Listen, 2 things. One thing, the motel idea might not be the worst. We may say that she's doing her photoshoot thing inside, and we just need to keep that place closed because when the light is going to come in or something, the photos are going to be ruined or whatever. So they will maybe try to keep us there, just keep a watch or something. Can you do that?
I thought we were getting rid of all the humans.
Not yet. I feel we need someone to protect us during the next day, and then we can get other ones in the city because there's a lot of people here. 27,000. We can find someone.
I can't guarantee anything.
Sure, we can try. And next, I feel like whatever we are chasing right now, either the freaking beardy guy or wonderful person with a parcel, they probably stopped through here and fed somewhere. So maybe we can find signs of them.
Oh, we actually, they went through the park, probably, the trailer park.
How could you possibly know that?
Well,
Like-
sometimes I know things, and other times I just talk to people and take their stories. The person that
real
got
person.
a bike
Well,
seems to match the description of the basically helmeted person, and also they seem to be carrying a very large gun. So those two things seems telltale.
They do.
All right. So that means that they probably went through here as well. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so we probably should try to first find the motel, second, find any traces of them.
But there's hours left.
I
just point out
agree
the
with
window.
the driver. We still have some time before dawn.
That's why I'm
What's
saying we
within-
should search for the trace.
Hold on. That's why I'm thinking that we should continue on, get ourselves out of a major metropolitan area, and then find a small roadside something to sleep in.
Because we do not know their capabilities, but if the map, which will start to be way more than 4% off at certain points, are no longer accurate, then we might be able to get a head start. They might not know where they're going.
How are you guys about dinner? Because I probably should get one.
I haven't eaten in 2 days, I think,
I'm good.
but I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I need to take care of that.
It's 2 a.m., right? It's going to be a bit difficult to feed.
It's going to be a bit difficult. Yeah, I mean the main opportunities were back in dust wells. Usually, especially when you're not in a bustling metropolis such as Los Angeles, these places are the most feeding friendly. The hours before midnight. So past midnight, it's going to be pretty tough to find something to slake your hunger on.
Could I check whether there's any club, disco, casino in the area, something like that?
Absolutely, you would need to get into the city proper though. But that's that's perfectly doable.
Are we stealing the car? Leaving the humans behind, or are we attempting to...
I get
surely
out,
we'd
I get
bring
out, I
Taylor
close
at
the
least.
side door, I get back in.
I would think so.
Unless somebody shouts, I start driving.
Yeah.
She would be the easiest to convince to come.
Precisely. And as Camellia points out, no one will miss her, which someone might actually miss Kevin.
I think
people already
we
miss
have about 8 hours before somebody starts missing Kevin.
Yes.
Unfortunately, because otherwise he has a couple of really good and useful skills. Being very big is one of them.
What about we leave Kevin and we take the woman?
She, however, owns the camper, so I'm not certain. Oh, well, we could just give him bus money.
It's not far. I mean, it's almost a walking distance.
Yes,
will-
surely he can walk.
Yeah,
He's got feet at the moment.
Surely, yes. At the moment, yes.
So only the woman till tomorrow.
Yeah. It's about like 20 kilometers or something.
Okay.
So if he cuts across country, he could. I mean, if he finds his way, he could probably be back. You guessing? I mean, that assumes that he knows the area, of course.
Is there any kind of a shop within the gas station or any kind of a place to buy something? Whatever, really. Any, like, is that like a...
There are vending machines.
Vending machines.
Yes.
All right. And the humans are in the car, right now?
Yeah. Well, Kevin is in the car and Taylor is in the trailer.
Oh, I thought Kevin was in the trailer too.
Nope.
No.
Kevin, she lent him some blankets and he is now in the car.
So we're having a very hushed conversation right now.
We're
I'm,
outside
I'm
the car.
guessing
We're
you're, I'm
outside.
guessing you're outside the car. having
Okay,
a
I
we are.
completely misread the scene.
All
My
right.
bad.
No problem.
Okay.
No, in my head
Yeah,
canon.
we went outside
you
to
just,
take the
you know-
Paris call.
Exactly. You went outside to take the Paris call.
So
Kevin
like I
takes a
never
nap
said.
in the car. Taylor takes a nap in the trailer.
Is the trailer attached to the car or is it like a separate vehicle?
Well, the trailer was attached to the car
I
the last
decoupled
time
it.
you saw it. It is not now.
Did any of us see it?
No,
Yes.
no, it's none of you saw it happen. Now it's just decoupled.
Okay.
Maya is looking very innocent.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's take Taylor. Let's take her trailer. I did not mean for that to rhyme.
But it does.
It does.
Such an artist.
This hurts my sensibilities. That you did that on purpose. And let's travel for another 3 hours. We can use the trailer to sleep. Taylor will watch us, and then we can continue on our way.
I think that sounds like an excellent idea.
For this night.
for this night.
For this night.
And then
we'll see what
if
happens.
she is useful. And perhaps this will be a great American story for her.
I think we can convince her.
It's poison for you.
Sorry,
Why?
what?
I start grumbling off and hitch the trailer back on.
Well, what he said. Now, does this mean that you are sort of taking Kevin and,
I would actually approach Kevin.
Do we yeet
I
Kevin?
stopped. Do we eat Kevin? I'm going to
Just
gently.
run the engine, we'll yeet him.
there are a lot of things arguing for eating Kevin, most of which are called hunger. Veronica approaches Kevin. Kevin is still wrapped up at the back of the car. He's not sleeping. He's like tossing and turning.
I'm like,
I want to grab her shoulder as she approaches, and I'm just like, he's mine.
I am just doing a very quick push with my shoulder. I'm pretty strong, and
I do.
You already have a woman, don't you?
Yeah, but he's my responsibility, so you back off.
Why won't you just let me do one thing once?
Because
I am going to deal with this quickly and with no hassle.
no, I'm going to deal with this in a way that keeps him alive. So
I am not going to put my fangs into
I don't know that.
I am not going to do
You
that.
hit the shit out of somebody earlier.
But I haven't. Just let me do one thing.
No.
God damn it. Yes.
No, he's mine. He is mine.
I am trying to compel her. Just let me do it.
No.
Okay. First, let me do it is too vague to
Okay.
be an instruction.
Stay here.
Okay, stay here, that works.
Yes.
But if it's a compel, it's only going to be a very short stop.
Yes. Stay
All
here.
right? Stay here.
Can I counter roll?
Now you get to roll against each other.
Yay!
PvP.
Fun!
So compel is then, it's your pool, it's charisma plus dominate versus your,
It's a lot of dice.
gotta be resolved somewhere, I think.
That's
find out.
charisma
Resolve
and
composure?
dominance.
No. Resolve.
Yeah, dominate is, the compel resist is wits plus resolve.
Yes.
Ah,
I
dear.
resolve?
Yes.
So,
I figured.
Let's do it. That is one success. I'm not having a good time dominating people
willpower?
recently.
remember to take back the hunger dice so they don't end up staying in the tray.
Yeah.
And
Oops, I'm moving out of shop.
That is 3 successes.
Yeah, well, obviously.
No.
She's using more than just her, her force of personality here, but you're strong enough to resist it.
Question though, I do stay because fucker one, but can I actually, when we approach Kevin, I'm behind her right now, can I actually smell whether Kevin would be my taste? Try to.
No,
I feel
it's
yeah.
pretty obvious that Kevin is very, very, very far from your taste, both from your sense of obligation to the people who do an honest living, and for your supernatural need to feed off of the well-off.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm going to just
any
then
of these.
stay behind Dell and be very angry about the fact that no one's listening to me.
You are fuming silently.
Yes.
okay, I'm gonna approach Kevin and kind of gently wake him up.
No, he's already awake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
So I feel really terrible about dragging you all this way. So I actually called your brother Dennis, and they're on their way to come pick you up.
So
If you
so
just
sweet.
want to chill out here, it's gonna take them about half an hour.
You're leaving?
I am, but I'm gonna go report the cars and the car and the motorcycle, and then we're gonna continue on and see how this resolves. But you're
Okay.
on your way home.
He looks at you wistfully.
I stroke the side of his face. It's been so fun.
The interplay of conflicting emotions on his face is just it's just pure art. It's so beautiful. these are the moments that you live for. This is such a complex set of sentiments that he is displaying here that you wish this could be frozen forever in time.
I take a snapshot in my memory.
But he does. He you know, this is getting weird, and he's, you know, stumbles out. You know, he stashes the blanket in the back there, and you know, he nods and, well, it's been a pleasure. A pleasure. Yeah.
It's been so good to meet you.
Yeah, but I should probably get back. But you said you called my brothers. So maybe I'll hear from you.
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Next time I roll back through,
Oh yeah.
I will
Okay.
give you a call.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Goodbye, y'all. See you around. I guess you heading out.
Yes, we're leaving.
Okay.
It's been so fun, and I give him a smooch on the cheek. Oh, it's so delicious.
Margaret is not judging you. Not at all.
I don't care.
I'm adding to my observation list of how to succeed. Kiss people a lot? Question mark.
Smooches.
You then all buckle up in the van. I need to add something. The van isn't really it isn't a minibus in that it has seating for everybody. So it has seating for 3 people in the front, and then the back is more of a storage area that has some camping gear, tents, attachments, you know, bits and pieces for the camper. So it's really uncomfortable going in the back.
I make sure to take a seat right after her so I get the comfortable one.
Yeah, I mean, 3 of you can ride in the front.
I'm there. I'm in the front.
How dirty is the back? I've already been there.
It's not dirty.
It's
I mean,
fine.
no, it's not dirty, but it's you know,
Messy.
ish. You know, most of the stuff is strapped down. You know, it's you
That's
know,
good.
it's obviously a sane person did this, but I mean, it's still. There are tons of things that are just out of place. A little flap here, you know, a little buckle there. You know, it's not. It could be so much better. At least from your point of view.
I'm gonna fix a lot of those things, but I also want to knock on the window when Del has sat down.
I actually would like to do one more thing
Okay.
before we pile in and do stuff. I'm going to go back into the camper and gently wake up Taylor.
Whilst this happens, may I very quickly interrupt? Whilst this happens, I step up to Kevin, whilst people are piling into the van and so on, hand him an already lit cigarette. Not your fault, she likes redheads. And I leave.
He looks at you, and there is a moment where, you know, this sense of relief, this sense of total understanding washes over his face. You two have a real moment there.
Yeah.
If you could make a toast in cigarettes, that's what you'd be doing.
It would look very lame.
It would look very lame, but it also
Did I
describes
mention my specialization?
exactly how they
Lame.
feel. Yeah.
Well,
This
cool to
is
death,
this
okay?
was
Cool
this
to
is a
death.
bonding moment.
Yeah.
He nods at you again,
Yeah.
takes a drag on the cigarette, and then ambles off.
And I already walk away, not looking back. This has happened a million times.
So you have the front of the car with driver, with Del, and with me, and then you guys are.
No, Del isn't.
back?
We
Del-
want to
Yeah, I
let
needed
Del
to-
do her thing first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I gently wake up Taylor.
Oh, she smiles at you, blushes again. You know, almost makes room for you there. You know, in the little camper bed.
Hey, I'm so sorry to wake you up. I was thinking, since you're a writer and you've been so kind to us so far, and you're on this amazing journey to find like the heart of America, do you want to join us on our little excursion and kind of help document our travel?
Can I sleep on it?
Of course.
All right, I'll sleep on it.
Okay.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Sounds great. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, then I leave
Yep.
and then get in the car. Like,
All right, so you
all right, we're good. Let's go.
you take off with her sleeping in the camper.
Yep.
Yes. All right.
Finally.
Yes, you're at the wheel. Do you take any, obviously you need to make up for lost time because time is of the essence here. You're not sure, where the courier is, whatever has befallen them, whether they are still on track or gotten lost or, been caught up with already. Given that you're having a person sleeping in the camper in the back, not, buckled up or anything, do you take that into consideration?
So my train of thought is very easy. Where to?
Oh, yes, Nevada?
Yep.
This one.
Yeah. You should most likely
Well, I'll be in the back.
you should likely proceed on the 395, going up to the 178, heading up to Wild Rose Road.
So we are going up.
That's a bad omen.
Yeah, we're going up to 395 and
Huh?
What's wrong?
it's just. I think we really shouldn't maybe.
It's very obvious from the app generated projection that this is the most likely route. You're not feeling it though. That's no.
I think maybe we should avoid the
Avoid what?
Margaret, this road.
Can I look over my shoulder
You might actually
and
have a
see
point.
whether this is
What?
actually the
You might
preferred
actually
route?
have a point.
It's
What is it?
I'm
What's
waiting
going
for
on?
you to read it
Yeah.
because I'm not
don't-
gonna say it.
No, I don't want to.
You don't want to?
No.
Right? Because it's not a good place.
No, that's not a good place.
Let's
I don't
not
think we
go
should take that
there.
road.
Wait, what isn't?
What happened?
I've started driving north.
Yeah.
Not
It's
taking a lot of respect.
Yeah, the problem here is that if you do not take the 178, which part of which is called the Wild Rose Road, you will have to start going on back roads through Death Valley. This is the easiest route that goes kind of like parallel Death Valley before crossing it in relatively, decent conditions.
I snapped the map and I'm like, but that's the best road. What the
No,
hell's wrong with that?
no, it's not. It is a bad road. It is a bad road.
Okay,
What's wrong with roses?
educated
We can
person.
probably take that road, but I just think we should be extra prepared.
You are a very logical person, apparently, with your books and all, so give me a good reason why not.
Well, it's book singular now.
Book, a singular book.
I got a bad feeling about it.
Do you really trust your
I for
feeling
once
now?
agree with that one.
That's
Camellia.
untypical of you.
Precisely. So that's why I think we should. We can take the road. It's logical. It's fastest, and it's most likely that they've gone on it. But we should keep an eye out
Yo, driver.
because bad things are going to happen.
Like what?
Oh,
All sorts of bad things.
a lot of bad things. Just
It's not like we've had much luck on the road so far.
And we'd have luck if we didn't go
They're
on
the
this
While we are
road.
cahoots.
talking,
Yeah.
how are you driving?
So-
Because I'm trying to figure out whether you're trying to drive carefully enough as not to
I'm dri-
cause serious injury to
So-
poor Taylor.
I'm driving the comfortable 15 miles above speed limit with the logic of anything faster than that and we might get held up and that will keep me held up for longer.
I would then like to see you make a drive check.
Can I please have the thing?
Absolutely.
Best
see
take your
whether-
die out because otherwise we're going to start hamstringing them over here. Is that because by my understanding it's just cruising it's drive. Do you want me to use dexterity, wits, something else?
No, this is composure plus drive.
Well, that's something I'm excellent at. Damn it.
yeah, we need 3 if we want to have the real ones to roll.
Yeah, can we have 300 die, please?
Because we don't only have the number die.
We are sharing die. It's a great idea.
What could go wrong?
Exactly. But that is, this is definitely not a stunt thing, so I'm not even going to try to sell this to you. So that would be a messy critical, and all things together, we are looking at 7 successes.
Oh, you are driving so smoothly. You are in the zone. It's as if something else in your blood is driving you. The problem is that all of this is sort of as you're doing this, certain impulses come to the fore, and I'm gonna laden you with a compulsion.
Another one.
Yeah, you haven't had any yet.
No, I know, but
Yeah. Now, as a comment, technically in the rules, compulsions aren't usually the result of a messy critical, but I'm now making it an official ruling that since compulsions happen so rarely anyway, and it's much more interesting to have one happen than simply auto-fail him, we're going to start using compulsions as a possible alternative to messy criticals
Awesome.
when nothing else
I think if
makes
anyone is allowed to
sense.
do that, you are.
Yep.
Yes.
It's canon.
We see the history changing here, guys.
You are getting hungrier. This is a simple case of you realizing that you need a treat, right?
Yeah.
You've been putting yourself on the line. You've been acting the good guy. Everybody else has been acting like shit, and you're the only one who stood up for what is decent. Now you deserve a treat. So.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So basically, this is. I'm going to give you this book here, and you can. Oh,
thank
it's
you.
page 208.
Thank you.
And right now, that is.
Do you want me to do this? So
No,
are we in a
this is-
scene right now? Or is it going to happen?
No, this
Whichever you like.
this is ongoing.
Cool.
I mean, this
Thank
is
you.
something that you'll need to keep in mind as we
All fine.
progress to the next scene.
So I tend to have a bit of a small bit around my smile around my cigarette. That smile gets broader and broader as we drive through.
Yeah, it's you've done good. Now you deserve a reward.
So there are 5 of us, right? And 2 of us don't want to go to the Rose place. We want to go to the Rose place, don't we?
If it's shorter, but I still want to know what the heck.
They don't have a reason. Don't listen to them. Driver, you are deciding one, okay? Democracy. Let's do that.
That's not democracy. If he gets to
vote.
decide.
I am saying that we can take the road. I'm just saying it's a bad road.
Where's
But
the courier?
why?
Probably on that road.
Still?
I'm looking
night.
around to see if there's any sign.
You wanna trust your instincts again?
I want to trust my instincts a bit.
Well then, it's worked so far, kinda.
Kinda.
You haven't been proved wrong
No.
yet.
Ah, sorry.
So,
Thank you very much.
Do we see her lifting the pencil again?
I don't think I'm doing that. I'm thinking right now, there's a lot of stuff moving
Yeah.
around in this car. Some stuff is strapped down, some stuff is moving around. I'm just looking at all the things that are out of place to see if they will give me any kind of indication.
It's basically you're trying to get a sense of urgency.
Is it worth risking what is clearly certain death? That is completely blank.
Not
No,
best,
one
one
success. I'm going to spend a willpower to re-roll too.
All right, and you have to make a rouse check as well because you're.
Yes. Rouse tech is a regular, right?
Yeah, it's a 50-50.
Let's take that one then. Do you
just
want me to
flip a
re-roll the
coin.
ones first and then do a rouse check?
Doesn't matter.
All of it at once? Oh, yeah, that's 2. It's 1 success and a 9.
The 9 would be a rouse check
9 is
success.
good,
Yeah.
so that's just
Okay,
fine.
cool.
No, this basically
Just
does sort of nothing. You get nothing out of this. This is not a mess that you are familiar with. You need to familiarize yourself with this mess a bit more. Probably fix it up a bit.
I think there's
Can I, in that case, can I use a ritual? Oh, sorry.
Absolutely.
Because I would basically like to look at her magic thing and go,
Can I
Child's play?
finish it just going through it and going like, there are too many things that are out of place to be able to know, but
It's
Or
obviously
your
she's
thing
not. Yeah,
doesn't
this is not proper blood sorcery because
Exactly.
blood sorcery requires a trademark component which is blood.
yes.
Everybody knows that. Well, everybody of significance.
Because I've got Illuminate the Trail of Prey, but I'm not completely sure how it works.
Oh.
But it feels like it might
Yeah,
work in
I
this
do believe.
situation.
So illuminate the trail of prey, a level 2 blood sorcery ritual. It allows you to mystically see the path that your target has followed for the last 24 hours, but it requires you to know the face of them.
I do know the face of one of them.
One of
The
the
ball guy.
couriers.
No, the ball guy.
Oh, you want to follow these
What
guys.
could go wrong?
Indeed, what could go wrong?
I want to know if it's worth going on this terrible road of roses or not.
Well,
And I'm not sure if him being on the road is a good thing or a bad thing.
you do require a white satin ribbon.
I think she has that. I think she carries stuff like that in her pockets.
I do believe that you have.
Because she has a lot of pockets.
Yeah, well, you have you have one satin ribbon. You can do this the once. The rest got blown up in the car. But you were fortunate enough to still have one with you.
I pull out the bookmark, and it's a white satin ribbon.
Yes,
That
it is.
I
Always be prepared.
always be prepared.
So
But
you would need to. I would say you would need to pull over though, because this requires concentration. If you're going to do it in
Yeah.
stuffed in the back of the car, this involves fire as well. So
Yeah.
doing that in an enclosed space with fellow kindred, it
bad
could
idea.
get pretty ugly.
But I would very much like to make it very clear just how much I look down on your premonition, and just make everyone stop so that I can do it properly.
You do it.
You
You
want
do
to
it
do that as a
properly.
scene, or do you want to?
Well,
No.
Either way is fine.
yeah. You take a quick stop.
Giant sigh.
Yeah. She gets out of the car.
I get out too and I watch her because that's interesting.
You
Right, it's far better than her thing.
You pull out your ritual dagger, which you always have with you.
Of course.
You make a brief slit in your wrist, and you soak the ribbon thoroughly with your blood. Then you focus on it. Focus your mind on the hexagrams and the incantations
I'd like to think that I'm sitting
required
just
to
cross-legged on a rock.
unlock the potential of the blood, and with a lighter, set it alight. And suddenly, despite being soaked in blood, a blue flame starts quickly eating it up. And signs unfold in front of your eyes. It almost looks like, shimmering across the road. Different tracks. You can see a shimmer where different vehicles have passed, where boots have tread. You know that some of these are significant. You need to make an intelligence plus survival roll. Wait. You need first to make a ritual test, which is an intelligence plus blood sorcery.
That sounds like something you have.
Yeah. So please do use the
I will.
magic tray.
1 success.
You can use willpower.
Do you want to
to
reroll?
these
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
You will need to use a willpower,
Willpower.
if you want this to go your way.
Way better. A lot better.
Way better.
Worth it.
So I count
5.
5 successes. Then you need to make a. This means that the ritual has worked. Now you need to see whether you can actually discern the traces good enough to follow them, and that is an.
It's an intelligence plus survival.
survival roll.
And I don't have survival, so I just did intelligence. And I got 1 success.
1 success, 6 minus the margin on the ritual test. It's good that you were so successful on the ritual, because even a blind owl could follow this trail. You can clearly see the tracks of 2 specific motorcycles have passed through here, disappearing into the night northwards.
We're going this way. And I'm going to sit in the front of the car because I'm the one that can see it. And then I just sit in the front of the car.
Noted.
Yeah,
All right.
or northeast.
In that case,
Yeah.
I follow her directions and start moving a bit faster because my impression is that we're not that far from sunrise by now.
How long does this spell last?
It lasts for 24 hours. So you'll be able to follow this trail for the remainder of this night. I keep moving out of shot again. The remainder of this night and the following night. So you're gonna get pretty far just using the ritual that Peggy, has performed.
So Becky, how did it work?
It's just blood sorcery.
We don't see the trial, right? Only she.
No. You see nothing. It's like she just, it's
There's
almost
a trail
like
there
she's.
now.
The most impressive thing was that she could get that soaked ribbon to actually light on fire.
Did you use a lighter?
I think I borrowed one from.
Either you had a lighter or maybe you had some, special matches or something. I assumed you had a lighter. Maybe that was wrong.
There's tents in the back of the van. I'm pretty sure there's a lighter. He seems prepared.
You use something to light it on fire.
I start keeping an eye out for a motel or something like that. Otherwise, half an hour before sunrise, find a place to pull up by the road and make the best of it.
Well, to make a sort of longer story short, you actually you manage to find a motel, and Taylor, having slept like a baby in the camper, she's kind of upset that you took off without her knowing it, but you slept well and you managed to console her again. Now that she's the only one receiving your attention, it's much easier to sort of to get her to accept your slightly outrageous suggestions, but she's still following you. She's actually taking the time to try to write something. She has a really old school typewriter, a real mechanical one in her camper that she clatters on during the day as she looks out for you. You tell her that you had a long night of shooting and you need to rest for the day. And out of pure luck, this night you are not discovered. You cover up the windows of the motel room.
I'll sleep in the bathtub just to make sure.
Taylor is concerned about your behavior. This is obviously something that you will need to address, but for this night, she's going with it. She's writing. She's kind of in her zone. And for the following night, you keep going along the ominously named Wild Rose Road.
Are we on the Wild Rose Road?
Yeah.
Rouse checks, by the way, everybody.
Thank you, Florian.
So at this point, the compulsions.
I got a.
I don't want to
a skull.
force you
What
into
does
the
that
scene
mean
here, but
in
I
this
think I'm at
context?
the point where as we get up, start prowling around the motel.
I think it means you're hungry.
Oh, absolutely.
3 is bad, right?
Yeah, 4 is good.
Oh, no!
Yeah, 3 is
So I
bad.
add
Probably.
hunger.
Yes.
Now.
Yeah.
More fun.
Now I'm at 3. This is probably bad, and
I
I
am
also am on.
Yeah, how are you
At
doing?
4. And it's 4th one. Please. Thank you.
It's fun being on full, right? I enjoyed that
tried to
yesterday.
find in the book how this works now. If we're on Wild Roses Road, I am completely scattered. I am useless. It's
Since you have the folkloric blockbane against wild roses, this will prevent you from going near any actual wild roses.
Yeah.
Any reference to wild roses will merely be, bad luck. It's not going to be a problem unless the road is actually named that way because it's full of literal wild roses, which thankfully it doesn't seem to be. But it's making you kind of uncomfortable. I would.
If we're doing 2 days in the car, Camellia has stopped talking and
Yeah.
is currently only cleaning things.
Yeah.
Trying to put stuff in order, cleaning things, fixing her hair, fixing other people. Like, she's not operating anymore.
I mean, this is kind of like if you would have the folkloric block
Yeah.
against garlic, common vampire trope,
Yeah.
and driving across a road called the Garlic Road.
Yeah.
Obviously, you would not be incapacitated, but but you would find it kind of distasteful.
Yeah.
Maybe. Especially if you sort of have the sort of personality that you have.
Yeah, and especially considering everything else that she's lost and that she's currently not needed, I think she is just focusing on trying to control what's around her.
If I can just add something, at this point, I am desperate, quite desperate, and I am looking outside of the window as we ride, searching for any casinos, any muscle cars, anything.
I can make this easier for you. I'm not getting into the car. I'm not getting behind the wheel before I start looking around this motel a little bit.
You are spending the day in what is labeled as the last motel before Death Valley. Having come off of Wild Rose Road, this is called the Death Valley Dreams Motel. It's a 2-story setup. It's quite large motel, and there's quite a few guests there. There is light on in a few of the rooms. Others have gone to sleep. There are, the staff is still up when you get up, and there's still life in the place.
I would guess that I might this time around be the first one to rise.
You're still you rise earlier than usually, but you're still later than the other. Now, you are all simply going to need to feed you. This is going to be a night of potential terror for this last motel before Death Valley. So I want to know how each one of you go about your habits, and if you have any special preferences. Let's do it left to right. Veronica.
Veronica is in a predator mode right now. She
Yeah.
is a hawk. She's just barging out of the room looking for a prey, and that prey would have to fit her preference at least a bit. She would try to eye the whole place around, looking for muscle cars, looking for displays of superficial wealth, anything that they want to flaunt, and to look for that.
All right. In your case, you actually you do find the owner of an ostentatious what's it called? Is it a Humvee or Jeep? One of those,
The big Humvees, yeah.
one of those, pretend Jeeps is actually just a big gas guzzling city car. And you strike up a conversation with its owner, a woman called Laurelyn McTavish, who, after having talked to her, bought her a drink and listened to her. She is married into wealth. She married a certain Ian McTavish, famous brewer of the area.
I find it a bit hard to do a conversation as I usually do, not only hiding my wounds partially,
It's going to be hard to find out anything about somebody if they sort of fit the bill without... Obviously, she asks about this... she's curious about the wound that you have there, but you manage to pass it off as
it is but a scratch.
Yeah, it is but a scratch. It's you sell her a story about you being in doing stunts.
Oh yeah, I'm actually.
She's pretty drunk. I mean, the thing is that she's already pretty drunk. She has a few drinks under her belt, and you're in luck. She pretty much swallow any story that you have. She's She seems to love the attention, basically. But yes, she's your type.
I really liked your car when I see that. Could you actually show me the interior? I would love to buy myself a car like that.
Sure. She stumbles out. You go with her, and once you get her outside, it's pretty easy for you. I mean, you get around the side of the car. She's not paying attention to you, as you know. She's more paying attention to her own voice and showing off all the extras. You manage
so
to...
interesting.
Yeah. This is almost too easy in this regard. So you sink your fangs into her neck, Obviously, you're going to sort of wobble a bit after this because she's quite inebriated. But it feels good. It feels good to finally, have some of this your favorite again.
Shouldn't I roll for frenzy with the 4 dice?
You have 4. That is true. Yeah, we can't let you get away with this without rolling anything.
I shouldn't remind of that probably, but
Let's see. I'm just going to find this. I'd say that in regards to resonances, her blood is pretty bland. There's no real, no real feeling to it, but it's still good to have something that you feel sort of comfortable with. It doesn't make you throw up or feel bad about yourself. You do need to make a frenzy test. Yes.
Yes, so that would be.
But you are. You will all have, the start of the session regain willpower.
Yes.
If you have, I don't think you've used any so far.
No, I haven't.
No, so it's full willpower pool plus 2 dice.
Okay, so that will be 4 plus 3.
4 plus 2?
No, because willpower is 4 and plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
4
plus 2.
2.
Okay, then that's 6.
Because it's exactly.
Okay.
Oh, I have a table for that here. Fancy that.
Hey.
Please.
You
That
remember
would
writing
be
it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I mean, it would be really nice to just, suck her dry and leave her here. Presumably, you would get away with it, but you say it. I mean, do you want to say to hunger? Doing that, that's the most you can drink, realistically, without having to hospitalize her.
How
You
much
could-
of an evil person she was from the conversation?
No, I don't. I know it's. You don't find her evil. She was obviously superficial, narcissistic, vain. But is that evil?
All right, I will slake 2 hunger then.
I mean, you could slake 3 and then, tell somebody that you found her unconscious and have them call the hospital. That would be a bit more risky, of course, but...
You know what? I am going to actually do that. I need to heal myself.
Huh?
So I would rather take that chance. And also, she was a bit of a drag.
Yep. You slake 3 hunger from her, and then you get back into the bar and tell the bartender that she collapsed outside.
Yeah, I don't think she's well. She actually drank a little bit too much.
All right. So he sends. He goes out there, takes one of the guys from the kitchen with him, and you slink away into the night. Let's move on to you. You're not.
I have. I have 2. I'm sorry. There we go.
You have to. All right. You are actually distracted. You do not get to feed because Taylor is anxious to talk to you.
Don't I get to feed?
Well, if you put it that way. Well,
What could go wrong?
Taylor is full of questions. She wants to know what you're really doing, why you're blanking out the windows, why you're all sleeping in the same room, why that one is sleeping in the bathtub. She's not well.
How would she know that?
She needs to go to the hospital.
No. She really is fine.
You silence her. You silence her with the bite of love. And after that, Taylor has no more questions for you at this time.
That's right.
She does want to snuggle, though.
I snuggle. Yeah, we snuggle.
Oh, that's cute.
So
I
cute.
know. I definitely cuddle
Really?
her ass. That's great.
I feel really bad for that woman.
Yeah.
I'm
Is this?
I'm still hoping for
Thank
like
you
a
for that.
good outcome for Taylor. She's
Yes.
gonna have so
do
many
my
stories.
This
to
is
tell.
going to end well for her.
Yes,
Everything's
exactly.
going to go well
I
for Taylor.
don't believe that. Are there any nice restaurants in town?
You're not even in town. This is a motel.
Yeah, but
A
where were they
stopover.
drinking then?
No,
Motel
there's
bar.
the motel has an adjoining bar.
Oh, okay.
I would imagine register, bar, 4 tables kind of thing.
24-hour diner.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
mean,
realize
you
that.
have to remember, and this is a meta comment. ever been to an actual US hotel, so all I know is from the movies. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
So it's funny, in Death Valley, there are, right before if you're coming from the east to the west, right before you hit the bulk of Death Valley, there's like this tiny ass little town, and it's full of places like you just described.
Then that's exactly where you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Seeing as there seems to be not a lot of choice, I think she also just goes down to the bar and sees if she can strike up a conversation with someone. Lure them away.
All right. So
What kind of people are in there?
Okay, so you're trying to find somebody to strike up a conversation with, and then subtly bring them to a secluded place where you can get intimate with them, or at least that's the förespegling,
The idea.
the idea. Exactly. Let us. I'd say that let's make a little roll out of this. Let's do a manipulation plus subterfuge check.
And I have 3 manipulation. And I only have hunger dice, then that's fun. That could go
You
on.
have nothing in subterfuge?
Nope.
Oh, I see.
Tally ho.
Well,
Yeah.
Two
Yeah,
successes.
yeah,
So, okay.
You do not find anyone of that's really your type, but you do manage to strike up a conversation with a traveling salesman area who seems to appreciate your company and is surprisingly receptive to your vials. You managed to get him outside on the parking lot, possibly simultaneously as Veronica is having her way with Laurelin.
I hear ballet music playing in the background as all of this happens.
This is
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of options in this.
this is a night of pleasure and terror.
With my fangs sank into the neck, I just do a little wave.
Little shadow high five.
So you share what is a somewhat intimate moment with this man, Larry is called. You will manage to slake to hunger. He, unless you want to. No, you will not be able to. You will not be able to lose the last.
Do you want to kill him?
No, exactly. If you want to
I'm
lose the
good.
last one, you'll have to drain him.
I don't want to drain him.
You then sort of have to spend half an hour resisting his advances as he wants to take you to his room. Although you might just compel him to leave.
Yeah, I'm not putting up with that. I'm going to compel him to just leave me alone.
He heads back to the bar, then stops, looks back at you at the time you've already left. He's
I'm back in the room.
Sways a bit and then turns around and heads back to his room. He's suddenly very tired. He might not be able to make that meeting tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe he'll catch a cold in his weakened state. It might progress into pneumonia. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
There's no way
Not
to
you,
know.
at least.
There's no way to know.
That's sad.
I'm sorry.
I mean that the whole thing might just have a chain of events that makes him lose his job and everything, but that's a story for another time.
His wife
sounds
leaves him.
like
He,
his
he becomes
problem.
estranged from both his sons. Their estrangement leading to the sons getting into real trouble.
Still not my problem.
I take it back. I think Taylor isn't that bad off.
You, on the other hand, you walk around. You're trying to listen for the sort of the telltale signs of. Let's face it. You're in the mood for some aggression, right? You want blood that is full of, of the desire and rage that comes out of dominance, of people who just need to be put in their place. As you approach the desk for the motel, you can actually see the what's the name of it? The
Concierge?
Concierge, yes. He's on the phone and he's talking. His voice is very smooth, but there's an edge to it. And you catch, well, then you're just going to have to stay for another hour. I don't care how long it takes. I could easily fill your place with any immigrant who'll do the job for half your pay, but I'm being nice to you here. I'm being nice. You hear that? So now you just get back to work. Yes, that's good. Yeah, I thought you'd listen to reason. Thank you.
What does the concierge look like?
He's actually a kind of a slight man. He has very dark hair, cut, cropped like, almost like a bowl cut. He's very properly dressed, and he lights up as he says, "Hello, sir. How can I help you?"
So I stand there, haven't yet lit up for a night, or oozing out of every pore. Broad smile. You look like a man who needs a break. And I lift the side of the jacket a little bit, and there are 2 of my about 3 or 4 cigars that I keep on myself.
So I don't know what I've done to deserve this. I'm on duty, I'm afraid, but perhaps later.
Come on, 5 minutes. Rush is over.
Do manipulation plus persuasion or subterfuge.
So
Your
the specialty in subterfuge that I got made fun of by everybody around here is dad cool. As in, I'm cool to dads.
Yes.
Does that work into this?
Well, you're not sure.
Is he a dad?
No, you're not sure whether he actually has kids. He looks like he's in his 30s or something.
I think that's done.
Yeah, but he's old
is his
enough
specialty.
to. You feel that, him seeing
so
you are a
happy
guy
and
he kind of wants to impress.
Yeah.
He wants
So
to be seen
disappointed at
around
the
with
same
you.
time.
Thank you. Can I have one more hunger die, please? So in that case, you said manipulation.
Yeah, manipulation plus
All right.
subterfuge.
So that would be 5 die.
I mean,
Come
if you really want to just impress him with your style,
and
if you
my-
want to be
my
more like
presence.
non-verbal and just strut your stuff, you can go charisma instead.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I think he should have minus to everyone else, but just plus to Dad.
You know what? I'm fine with this. Also, this is a bestial messy critical. I'm already on a compulsion, so I think I don't get any new ones right now. And it's a total of 6 successes. Broad grin.
Broad grin.
Broad indeed.
If you want to do something with that, let me play a little bit and tell me afterwards if I need more, okay?
You don't
Please,
need
because I
more.
think
You do
excellent.
not
I've got an
need more.
idea.
I think this one basically this one sells itself.
Awesome.
You, as you go outside,
Right.
You,
It's the kind of thing where I see that the penny drops and I just kind of smile, taking out the first cigar, taking out some really nice vintage-looking matchbook as well, strolling out to. I would assume, seeing this has Death Valley in the name, there will be some sort of by day interesting lookout point or something like that, something a little further away. I start strolling there, a place where you can take in the air.
so, and he says, what's this about then? You want, a piece of ass? You want some blow?
So I flip
I mean,
up.
I can arrange for any special
And I
services.
hand over the cigar.
Oh, thank you.
And I do the same thing. I light up. Deep moment of silence as I look out over the whole thing from my side, whether he wants to keep talking or not.
Yeah, obviously he obviously thinks that you're after some kind of, you're asking for, prostitutes or drugs or something.
Yeah, I'm waiting until he settles down a little.
No, he's made his point. He takes a drag on the cigarette. Hey, this is nice. He nods at you like,
Not an easy
two
job, right?
two of a kind.
Yeah.
Well, you should just see the kind of people that we get going through here. This is great. Taking the edge off a moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
I
what
told Manuel
gets
to
you
cover
through
for
the
me.
night, right? What gets you through the night? What do you believe in, man?
What I believe in? I believe in America, right? I believe in everybody, everybody gets a shot.
Right.
Everybody gets a chance to make it big, to make a break. You know what? I've only been here 2 years. I'm already assistant manager.
Right.
Going places.
Going up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this other guy, Manuel, he had a shot, but, couldn't make it. Well, that happened a bit, but, he was heading that way anyway.
Right. I believe...
Hey, look, a shooting star.
I believe kind of the world is a weight. I'm stepping relatively close at this point. And all of us have to carry it, And I really, really believe that if you put it down, when you put it down, and it's a little lighter for one after you, you've done well. And at that point, I grab him by the throat, immediately pinching the windpipe, dragging him, if there's still any kind of side for a road or something like that, behind another place, and I drain him.
You drain him. Not only do you drain him, but you take your time doing it, eking out every ounce of pleasure of this.
Dun, dun, dun.
Chewing, almost savaging his throat as you do it. As you crush, you almost imagine yourself, squeezing the last drop of blood out of him, feeling bones crack under your strength, and it feels good in the moment.
So I come back to.
You leave the mangled, drained husk of a man there. Hidden behind a couple of bushes. Do they have tumbleweeds there?
Yes.
Tumbleweedish? All right. You move a few tumbleweeds on top of him.
They're going to blow with the wind.
So will the husk.
He weighs them down. He sort of tangles the tumbleweed.
I have a
into
bit
the
of experience with this stuff.
Yeah, his body is by now pretty pliable, given that there's a lot more joints in it now. So he sort of tangles it up there. It's almost, you're almost having fun doing it. You find yourself sort of snickering to yourself.
That's so
So I do all of that. I would like to, by the way, point out, for those who are wondering why I'm not getting a stain right now, if I'm not getting a stain right now.
You are getting a stain.
But my compulsion, my conviction is stick up for a little man. And this is exactly how I
That is absolutely true. You have that conviction as well. Yeah, and I would say that, fair enough, this...
I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. So, since this was a messy critical, the obvious result was that he would go all the way and gain a stain for doing that. But the stain is, in this case, mitigated by your conviction. You stood up for whoever was on that phone.
So I get up.
I get up,
wipe off,
and you
the
now
blood.
have 0.
I light up my first cigarette after, always the nicest.
And the night is suddenly so bright. The night is so clear to you. There is a calm inside you that transcends any experience you had as a mortal. You're in complete control.
I take a moment, savoring really this time, and then I leave the cigars and get the car ready.
We come to Camellia. Do you, how hungry are you?
I'm at 3.
Then you should probably take this chance to
It's also
sate some of that hunger, if possible.
so when everyone else gets up and goes about their business, I'm staying in the room to clean up after us. So
You're not alone in the room.
No.
Taylor and
We're in our
Del.
camper, yeah?
No, you're.
Oh, you might be in the camper.
we're in the camper.
That is true.
And I am taking.
Oh, that is true. She's sleeping. Oh, sorry. Wait a moment. This makes sense. Taylor is sleeping in the camper.
Yes.
Yeah, that is. Which is, of course, why she does not completely freak out when you start blocking out, the windows, going near dark style. Good.
So I'm taking the time after everybody else has left to do the bed very neatly 3 times over. I clean the bathtub and everything else in the bathroom. If I can, like, I'm very distraught that there isn't a vacuum in the closet here, one of the ones that you would normally use to vacuum your clothing. I'm rearranging the drapes. I'm putting everything back in perfect alignment and order. And when that's done, I'm going to walk out into the motel hallway. And I'm gonna just very, like, walk down the line of, or like wherever, maybe it's not, they're outside potentially for that kind of motel, right? Yeah. So I'm just gonna casually look like I'm taking a stroll around the building. I'm gonna activate heightened senses, and I'm going to listen for heavy breathing from people who are sound asleep at this hour.
Ah, of course you are. All right, then that is a, if you're listening intently, it's resolve plus awareness. And then +2, I'd say. You have, or have you 3 dots?
I have 3 dots.
Of aspects. Then it's resolve plus awareness plus aspects.
Awareness, which is 4.
Whoa.
She is perceptive.
Plus
The eyes.
aspects.
The eyes. Yes.
Do you need more die?
Cool. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Oh, that is, you have your pick. You could even discern whether it's a man, a woman, multiple people sleeping, or, whatever. Children,
Nope.
pets,
I want
not
to
even very ordered children.
well, if they're very orderly and suddenly orphaned, they will come with us in the car, and we will fix it.
Oh god.
Right. Oh, you're not just looking to feed. You're looking.
No.
for-
I'm not looking to hire at this moment.
You're not looking at hire.
I
okay.
mean, if I can find more time to see if I can find like people who are vagabonds and maybe have a lot of potential, I'll do that later. But if I have my pick, what I also want to do is a single person, male or female, doesn't really matter. Prefer female if I can, who either has a window open or has a door that seems easy to get into without rousing too much suspicion.
The doors are all in pretty open view. You have to wait until pretty late to do so in that case. I mean, you can wait until more or less everybody's asleep, but you're still going to be in full sight of the parking lot and possibly even the road. So you're gonna have to work quick. But
I am relying a lot of being a white woman in a business suit.
A good camouflage.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna check. Wait. Should have used this time. You're gonna have to do that. I mean, then it's simply a case of you having to be very, very discreet, waiting until it seems like everybody has gone to bed, except, well, the monsters prowling around the area at the moment. And then you do your thing. You try to pick the lock.
I assume it's hotel locks, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Hotel locks. Yeah.
Hotel
Yeah.
locks,
They'd probably
yes.
still be on a key system rather than
Yeah.
a keyless entry.
Okay, so they have that.
Mechanical locks.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Then I do try to pick that lock.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have to do the.
No,
weird
I
stuff.
think you do get like a key with a small sort of tag attached to it.
Yeah.
How does the marketing manager at Paradox know exactly how to pick hotel locks?
And let's not talk about it. A lot of surprising amount of people that you have to manage when you go to events with studios.
Okay.
Forget their stuff, lose their bags, cannot get into their room. So there's a lot of fixing stuff at hotels going on.
Excellent. That's reassuring.
So that would then be you have to work quickly here.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's let's do a Dex plus larceny thing.
Dex plus larceny, not. So let's hope for the best. Oh, I also want to activate Silence of Death.
That is very useful.
While I do this, I'm going to take down heightened senses
Yeah.
to not be overwhelmed if I accidentally drop something. And then I'm going to activate Silence of Death to try to muffle the amount of...
With both, I mean, ideally with both heightened senses and silence of death, you will both be aware of anybody, sneaking up on you, as well as being super quiet.
All right,
so
then
it's
I'll do both.
it's not it's not a bad idea. It's
Okay.
actually
I'll
a pretty
do-
good justification of why you get away with this.
Yeah, I'll do both.
Yeah.
And that's just one success. I'm going to spend one of my very few remaining Wimpire points.
Well, you did get all of them back this session. Well, at least you got, let's see, you got 3 back this session.
2. Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
Every session you regain the highest of your resolve or composure in willpower.
Oh, okay. Then I've only used... Because I used 1 willpower to re-roll.
Yeah, this is
premonition.
this is the second one that you
So
used.
this is the second one. So
Yeah.
cool. Then I have 3 left. And that turns into 2... No, wait! Nope. Sorry, there's 2 successes. I accidentally hit another dice. So there we go. 2 successes.
2 successes.
No, great.
That's just about enough to get this simple motel lock open. These are, let's face it, these are not military issue locks.
These are clearly unsafe, and
Yeah.
I enter.
So you manage to enter there. You find a woman sleeping. She's of, might be in her 20s, possibly 30s. Bag on the floor, clothes in a chair. Nothing in particular.
Cool. Does she look clean?
Reasonably, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll also take a quick look around the room. How messy is it? Does she hang her clothes in the closet? Or
No, her clothes, this is kind of awkward. She has a suit jacket, and it's just folded over the chair.
Oh no. I'm fixing that. So I'm not gonna hang it into the closet. That would be insane. But I am going to put it properly over the end of the chair so that the
Oh
shoulders.
my God, her underwear is on the floor.
I'm gonna put on my surgical gloves. I'm gonna put that up. And I'm going to fold them into a little square. And I'm going to put them, I'm not really sure where to put these. I guess just on the chair. There we are. And everything else?
Germs on your hands.
I have surgical gloves.
On your gloves. Ew, how
I
do you
don't-
take them off?
I do take them off. I switch them out every time, but these are, I just put them on.
Okay.
So these are the new ones.
You do.
I do that. Then, what size is she?
What size is she?
Does it seem like anything she has might fit me?
No. No.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So also it has to be a certain quality.
Yeah.
or
I mean,
whatever.
you're pretty, symmetrically curved.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm big. That's a. But it's
Yeah,
so.
but big is so undefined.
Yeah.
Big. It could be cumbersome. I mean.
Look at the art.
Exactly. It's there is symmetry in this.
Yes.
So.
So it's then I'm done here, and I'm going to try to feed from her.
Oh.
Preferably from the wrist if I can get to it, because it's easier. But it depends however she's sleeping.
Then you will need to do a stealth check.
Yep.
Dexterity plus stealth check.
Dex plus stealth. That is 6. Whoops. That is 3 successes.
3 successes, and that is enough. As soon as your precious fangs separate her flesh from, or causes her flesh to part at the wrist, she moans a bit, but is still fast asleep as the euphoric, almost sedative nature of your bite takes over. How much do you drink?
Just I don't want to push it too much, and I also want to be very careful with it.
So no more than 2.
No more than 2.
Hunger. Okay. You do so, and assuming you exit afterwards.
Yeah, I'm also gonna do the thing where when I let go of her, I also very quickly have a napkin that I just fold over to make sure I get nothing on me. And then I am going to heal her wound, put it back, and then also pull up the covers and just neatly tuck her in the bed, fix her hair, there we go, and silently exit.
She's going to wake up with a hell of a headache, but at least her underwear is going to be neatly folded.
Perfect.
Good. That's that then. You are all fed with, only a few casualties and, well, only one death. But I mean, it's a net gain, you'd say. So off on the road then.
Yeah.
I assume.
Could I heal my superficial damage as well? Yeah.
You could do that as you ride. So
Can I
either
get regular?
either roll a bunch at the. You could roll a bunch at the same time, or roll one.
Just,
in sequence.
We'll see. Why do I have such a bad luck with healing? Hunger rises, and the health goes down by 1. And I try again. Oh, that's a success. Okay, so I get 1 more.
Another point of damage mended.
And I'll try again.
Vampires do not heal; they mend.
That's it.
Actually, I'm going to give it 1 try as well. And I'm a little peckish again.
Oh, easy come, easy go.
Oh well, still all right.
3 dice in here.
Long story short, you get back into the van. You convince Taylor to, follow you, lend you her van. Once she realizes that you've driven around with her in the camper, she gets kind of anxious. If she's gonna come with you, she wants to ride with you in the car. It's not safe riding in the camper. Actually, I think it's against the law.
It might be.
Yeah.
We
Or
said
at least
one
she
night.
thinks that.
We said 1 night.
I'm still waiting for options on another vehicle.
What about we just give her money and leave her somewhere on the side of the road and take the car?
Doesn't work like that.
And it's always
Why?
good to have one of them with us.
Yes, according to the table that I have been working on, Tyler is currently under the. She's helping protect us. She's in that column at the moment.
I mean, does anyone want to exchange with her and drive in the camper when she...
I mean, the back of the van is. It's just a floor.
Which is also not great for her.
But I would rather be
It's
able to talk with you guys freely in here when she's back there than have her here.
Fair point.
Mm.
But I mean, it's not that we need her, but she's useful.
I mean, we can always find someone else. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's going to be a little bit difficult as we are driving into Death Valley.
Speaking of which, we are going by your trail, aren't we?
Yes, it's all nice and glowy.
Sure, but it is taking us to the guys that kind of obliterated us last time we met him, doesn't it?
Yes.
And we are not exactly after these guys. We're after the courier. So by following the road that these guys are taking, aren't we actually ensuring that we will be later to the courier than them?
Yes, but I was hoping that somewhere along the way we would get closer to the courier by following them, and then we could take a little detour and go around them.
We should plan this out. Would you be able to look at the map and see how is her trail corresponding with whatever we're going?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Focus. Just try to focus on this, all right? Do your pencil thing maybe, or whatever you're doing.
At one point, the map is going to start to diverge. And the easier thing would be to see if one of those routes looks more likely than the other, and see where your inner light takes us.
Oh, it's a road light.
Okay.
I'm just saying, do not follow that path that you're saying very much.
But also, like, we can also see it in the way that by knowing where the ball guy has been, we can avoid that road. Or if we get to the fork or whatever, then we can take the other way.
Yeah,
precisely.
Yeah. I'm just putting
to
that
make
into
sure that we don't get shot in the chest again.
How about we talk about this on the road?
I thought we were.
We are still discussing.
Yeah, who
whether
rides where?
Oh,
I think.
sorry.
Aren't we riding with you as a driver, and she's still, our mortal is still in the camper.
Yep. But we're not driving yet because Tyler
Taylor does not want to ride in the camper unless you tie her down there, literally, and that would kind of make
Can't
her
you just make
useless
her?
as
Do
a
you
servant.
think? Yeah.
Why don't I just ride back there with her?
You make it an adventure. Oh, all right. Yeah, she is fine with that. She's more than fine. Suddenly, this whole thing, but you have to promise to take care of her car.
Sure.
Drive carefully.
Of course. It's all we do.
Her car
Before
is
that-
the cleanest it's ever been. I have spent 2 full nights cleaning the back of the car, organizing it.
Yeah.
I have devised an alphabetical system that I'm very happy to share with you what the order is now, but we can do that at a later stage.
You, as long as you have some motels, the convenient motels to stay in, you are probably fine. You're still taking a risk each and every day, and God's forbid that you get stuck out on the road having to spend the day in the minivan. So you do need somebody. You just need to figure out a way of how to sort of onboard her on sort of the list of tasks that she's supposed to accomplish sooner or later. Anyway, you do that. You keep her company. She does have some questions, and these questions you find that at first you're able to silence them. I mean, the problem is you can't really use the kiss on her much more because she's already kind of pale and almost a bit sickly. So you're using your regular skills of entrancement, and persuasion,
So this is
charm.
happening in a longer span of time.
Yeah,
right?
longer span of time. Yes.
If I ever have a time to have a little time off with Dal, I would just I think it's slowly coming to the time where you should ghoul her.
I don't care what you think.
But you do notice that we're going to lose her soon if this is going to keep going the way it's going right now.
You know,
pit stop or something like that.
I don't remember
Is this a
asking for
pit
your
stop? Have we
advice
stopped
about
driving?
my
No,
particular.
You're driving.
friend
You're driving.
here.
No, wait. If they
How
are
about
talking,
you run
if they are
your
talking, you must have
people
stopped somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
that you gain by working super hard and trying to maintain this coterie on this road trip. When you have someone that you can deal with, then you can deal with them in your way, and
All right.
I will deal with mine in my way.
I'm just saying, if you're not going to ghoul her, one of us is.
That had better not happen.
The usage of the word ghoul as a verb in itself is bad enough to trigger your bane. Oof. To ghoul somebody. Oh,
Yeah.
That's terrible. Terrible thing to say.
I would like to have a time alone without her when she's busy with her woman.
I mean,
Well,
you're
my
nothing
understanding,
against
when we're
the
on the
practice
road.
of creating ghouls, but googling.
But
That's oof,
Yeah,
it's ugly.
If that subject ever comes up again, it's bleh. Not just don't, okay?
Oh, you have no problem with turning somebody into a ghoul. It's just that you don't like that word.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's
fine.
uncouth.
Yeah.
So when she's
So
busy with her woman, and we have a little time to spend together.
So we're on the road again then? Because you're in the caravan,
Yeah,
right?
okay. Let's say that she's actually behind and
yeah.
we're in the car.
In the camper, sorry.
Listen, we need to talk about that mortal in behind us. So I tried to talk with Del about the possibility of going her, and she's very much not into it. And the girl is looking kind of pale. So what are we going to do about it? Because we are either going to lose her, we're going to have a big problem, or we can just end this quickly by going her and have a reliable person to keep us safe during the day.
I mean, I still have the old onboarding procedures for Sebastian, but those took a while.
Until we get other retainers, we should probably secure the single one that we're having right now, and Della's not doing a pretty good job with that.
I mean, so far, have Taylor not kept us safe during the day?
Taylor hasn't done anything. I mean, Taylor has been staying in her camper.
She hasn't done anything else.
No, I mean...
Guys, you see her.
still
She's
walking?
cracking. She's not going to be convinced any longer unless she gets kissed by her beautiful friends regularly. And this is not going to happen because she's going to die. So either we ditch her or we ghoul her. There's no other option by this point.
I don't think that the problem is ghouling her. I think the problem is Del in this case.
What do you mean?
So she doesn't want us to ghoul her.
Of course
Exactly
she doesn't
what
want to ghoul her. So what do we do with that?
Precisely.
That's my question. What would be your
Yes.
answer?
I don't know.
I'd say we put her out on the next rest stop. I'll keep driving.
Pick up another one? I suppose that works.
So you say we find another human.
They're useful.
I know. I mean, we have to,
They're
but
crutches. And I keep driving.
Crutches are good for you if you can't walk properly.
yeah, you approach the smaller town of Tonopah, and at this stage, the trail has gone cold. So you're back to using the map. Now, at the town of Tonopah, this is a small town, about 2.7k inhabitants. The map that you've received is ambivalent. It looks as if, even though one of the ways is a bit of a detour, for some reason it looks like there's a 50-50 chance that the target has gone west, and a 50-50 chance that the target has gone east. Who among you has the highest technology skill, or rather the highest, let's say, intelligence plus technology?
That's 5 for me.
That is 6 for me.
Hey.
I'm not part of this conversation.
Yeah. You
Strange.
would you mind doing a intelligence plus technology test?
If you need to find a die.
I have 1 hunger, and then I need an additional die. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 6. Yes. That went awful. So that's that's 2 successes. Do we want to spend willpower to re-roll for this?
Willpower unspent is a willpower lost.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, why do I even have willpower if I'm not gonna consume it? And that did nothing.
That
So-
did nothing. You keep thinking about...
Actually 3 successes.
3 successes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
All right. You come to think about surveillance cameras. Those are everywhere these nights.
I just want to point out that
You do know what the car is supposed to look like that you are following.
before you told me to do the intelligence roll, I was just about to have a scene where when she just realized, like, shuffling through the book. So it's like looking at the map and then diverging and going like, but Margaret says it can't be trusted and nothing happened with the roses thing. Roses? And then in the car she just shouted, red! The car is red!
What? Yeah, we know that, but what about it?
other people see red cars too.
That is usually how it works, love.
It does.
We don't have to go by light or the chaos of the universe. Sometimes a red arrow is a red car.
So where are you seeing this red arrow?
Well, I'm not, but the cameras are.
Oh. Smart.
She has her moments.
Doesn't she?
So where are the cameras then?
Oh,
all
gas
looking around.
stations, hotel lobbies, intersections, outward facings, ATMs.
It was more, which cameras are we looking for right now?
Oh, anything around this divergence here. So where we don't lost with the map. But I would.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, exactly. That divergence. It's a divergence. I mean, basically the town of Tonopah has two exits, one west and one east, and you're coming in from the south. So you need to figure out whether her van, if it ever passed this way at all. I mean, what you have to go by is, your assailant's trails as well as the map. But all in all, odds are that they went this way. But whether they went left or right, or rather east or west, in this case, is something you will have to find out.
Who's very good at lying to people? Great!
And she's not in the car with us, right?
Oh, that's right. I raised my hand from the back. I heard lie.
Yes.
Nobody raises their hand, but everybody looks back.
Why do we need a liar?
Oh, because somebody's going to have to go into a gas station or ATMs and other security firms and ask them if we can look at a tape or if they have potentially seen a red car. And usually when I lie, if it's not within my, so to speak, area of expertise, I have a tendency to not do it well.
All right.
Yes, I don't think we should send you in this case.
I just want to say that we pull over and Camellia, you go talk to Del, because whenever I talk to her, just shit happens. So, yeah.
I do feel like you have a bit of a chaotic energy going on, but
We do. So you do that because you are kind of like a nice girl and all, and you can do your talk, and we're just gonna chill by the car.
Sure.
Perfect. Finally someone listens. Wow.
So you make a quick stop there in the town of Tonopah.
I suppose I'm going to pull into a gas station and use the opportunity, something like that.
Well, depending on, you could... it's not going to tell you much if you go into a gas station in Tonopah.
I just mean I'm going to fill up the car.
Oh, right. Fill it up. Yes.
I told Taylor to go use the restroom and buy some snacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, the questions are, of course, being layered. Why can't you go out and buy to eat together, just the two of you? Why does she never get to see you during the day? Who are your friends and what are you doing? And this adventure she's starting to have doubts about this adventure. It isn't even like she's getting anything written. All she can do is think about you.
Della, do you have a moment?
I do. What's up?
So, I have this spreadsheet.
Of course.
So currently, our main objective is to try to find a courier, and this is where the path diverges. So, I can't trust myself right now, and the light magic that Margaret did is out.
Okay.
But we figured that technology still exists and this other people can track a car. And some people have cameras, and we need somebody who's very good at talking to people to convince them to let us see cameras, or if you can just ask them if they've seen a red car with a very distinct description.
Why don't you just recall Steven? The
Steven?
map guy. Yeah.
Well,
For
he's
updated
still within a
projections.
4% margin of error, and I believe our phones were blown up in the car.
I still have his number.
Do you?
Mhm.
Well, we could always call him. But in case that fails, could you talk to some people with cameras?
Yes.
That's great.
Can you point me in a direction?
Oh,
or
yes,
am
absolutely.
I just
I
supposed
have
to
it all
like?
here, and I'll go with you. And anything you need, I can help.
Okay. Sounds
and-
great.
The other thing is, we have a little bit of a blank space for Taylor.
What do you mean a blank space?
So currently she is in, well, one of the positive columns here. But what do you want to do with Taylor?
An excellent question.
Because
Well, I don't want to do what Veronica wants to do.
yes,
Just because Veronica wants to do it.
is it simply because it was Veronica's idea, or because you don't believe it is a good idea to be onboarding her full time?
I don't have a problem onboarding. I just have a problem that it was Veronica's idea.
Oh, but what if you already had it though, but a while back?
I have considered it.
So you thought about it.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you have, as far as I can tell from all your speaking with her and being in her company, you have done quite an extensive vetting process.
I should hire her.
So, I mean, at this point, I have to say we're either at the point where we should bring Taylor on full time or potentially find another solution for her before she gets too invested. If you think that's appropriate.
I do think that's appropriate.
I do too. I like Taylor.
I like her a lot as well.
I like her hair. It's very neat.
It is. She is very beautiful. Do you need this done before or after we go after the cameras?
Whenever we believe it is most convenient as a group.
I
I
don't
can
want
call Steven if you want to talk to Taylor.
I
But
don't want Veronica involved.
I'll see what I can do.
You've now come to the conclusion that the only way to sort of secure any kind of stable relationship to Taylor Conway, writer, conveyor of the next great American novel, and also, camper resident, is to make her your ghoul. To feed her the blood of one of you, and thus make her temporarily into a, creature of dusk, if not night. Well, who's gonna do it? You're gonna do it.
Yes.
Seems the obvious choice, yes.
Checking the air pressure, shaking my head.
As you look on, this is obviously going to be a private moment.
So you're coming back to the
I'm
car.
coming back out and I'm leaving Della in the trailer. And if I meet Taylor on the way, I'm going to say that, Della wishes to speak with you.
You do that. You enter the trailer and you speak with her. What do you tell her?
Taylor, I know you've had a lot of questions.
I do. I think I deserve some respect. It feels like
agree.
you're all treating me like some kind of a pet. I'm getting, this is getting very uncomfortable. I mean,
You're not a pet. What I'd like to do is tell you the truth.
okay.
But in order to do that, I need your full commitment. And I need you to say yes. What I want to do is make you a partner in all of
A
this.
partner. How do you mean? In the documentary, in the filming?
In my life.
You're not doing filming, are you? You're not
Of a
doing.
sorts.
Okay.
What I can offer
Would you sit down? You're making me uncomfortable.
I'm sitting.
Okay.
Seductively.
Thank you.
So what I'm offering you is a chance to be part of our world. It will bring you probably your wildest dreams.
Well, I'm kind of fine. This if we could only, stay in touch, maybe. We could do that again. I'm just feeling tired now. We could do that thing again that you do. What do you mean, your world?
Our world is beyond anything you can imagine. It is full of beauty and such amazing experiences. Something that is almost beyond description.
You're...
And I'm edging closer.
Okay. She's looking kind of incredulous too. So far what she's seen are, 5 beat up people, driving cross country using her car and being up to possibly mysterious but not very glamorous things. Okay. Okay, I'm listening, but you have to understand this all sounds a bit. I mean, to be frank, it sounds a bit goofy. Are you sure you're all right? I mean,
oh, we're fine. The thing that I
wait. Is somebody filming me? Are you filming this?
No, definitely not. This is between you and me, because of the respect that I have for you as a person.
Okay.
I feel like we've spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
And I'd like to spend more.
I like that. I'd like that, yes.
Good. And then I kind of edge a little bit closer and put my hand on her knee, kind of stroke upward. You said you like that thing I do?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to go further?
What do you mean?
And then I go further.
You go further. You open up your wrist. I guess.
Before that, there's some
There's
caressing.
There's some
and
caressing.
smooching
There's something.
and,
All right.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that fun. That fun.
The so-called fade to black.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh no. Well, I don't know. We've all
extra
watched The Hunger. This is par for the course. You have a very intimate moment with her, which makes it easier. And as well, she's already seen you, or felt you rather, drink from her. She greedily accepts your blood when you offer it. You still haven't explained anything. You do know that.
I'm going to wait for her to onboard.
Hey, can you come here for a second?
All right.
I'm outside with Veronica going like, well, I think that we have decided on onboarding, and I think it's good if you keep away for a little bit, so maybe take a walk around the thing, because apparently it's okay, I'll be right back.
My personal assistant will explain.
This is a good place to break now.